very beginning of the great cosmos, the clear rose and the turbid sank. The sun and the moon each took their proper place, and all things in the world found their destined order. Beyond the eastern continent of our lie lay an overseas land known as the Kingdom of our lie. Outside that kingdom stood a famous mountain called Flower Fruit Mountain. This was no ordinary mountain. It was a place where the spiritual veins of heaven and earth converged. Flowers bloomed throughout the year, fruits ripened without end, and birds and beasts lived in harmony, each content in its own way. It was truly a paradise on earth. At the very peak of Flower Fruit Mountain stood a strange stone. No one knew how many ages it had existed, nor how many storms, scorching suns, thunderclaps, and torrential rains it had endured. Yet it remained solid and unbroken. By day it bathed in sunlight. By night it absorbed the shimmering glow of the moon. Over countless years, a unique spiritual energy gradually formed within it. One day, the sky suddenly darkened. Black clouds gathered, thunder rolled, and with a deafening crash of boom, the stone split open. From within it sprang a monkey. From the moment of his birth, this monkey was extraordinary. His eyes were bright and alert, his expression lively and intelligent, his limbs strong and well-formed, and his entire body was covered in golden fur. As soon as he touched the ground, he stood upright. First, he bowed 3 times toward the heavens, then turned and saluted the 4 directions, as if he were born already knowing proper rites and manners, endowed with natural wisdom. At that instant, 2 beams of golden light shot from his eyes straight into the sky, startling the celestial stars into trembling. Yet the light vanished in a moment, causing no further disturbance. This stone-born monkey was none other than the one who would later become famous throughout the 3 realms, Sun Wukong. At the time, however, the newborn stone monkey knew nothing of his origins. To him, the world was simply new and wondrous, the mountains and forests endlessly delightful. He ran freely through Flower Fruit Mountain, drinking from clear mountain springs when thirsty, eating wild fruits when hungry, and curling up beside rocks to sleep when tired. Seeing how clever and lively he was, the other monkeys grew fond of him, and gladly kept him company. Day by day, the stone monkey grew. He was sharper than the others, and far more daring. Wherever the sweetest fruit grew, he was the first to find it. Whenever fierce beasts lurked nearby, he sensed the danger early and warned the rest. Over time, whenever the monkeys faced a problem, they naturally turned to him for advice. Though he had not yet been crowned king, without realizing it, the stone monkey had already become the heart and backbone of the entire troop. One summer, the heat was especially oppressive. The monkeys of Flower Fruit Mountain were all wilting under the blazing sun, listless and weary. They gathered together and went to a mountain stream to escape the heat. At the end of the stream stood a towering cliff, from which a waterfall poured down in a roaring cascade. From afar, it looked just like a vast curtain of white water. The monkeys gazed at the waterfall, feeling its refreshing coolness, yet none knew where the water originated. One monkey said, "If only someone could find out what lies behind that waterfall, it would be quite a marvel." Another chimed in, "Whoever dares to pass through the water curtain, discover its source, and return safely, we will make him our king." At once, the monkeys stirred with excitement, but when it came time to act, they hesitated and stepped back one by one. The waterfall rushed fiercely, its thunderous sound alone enough to frighten them. Just then, the stone monkey stepped forward. Thumping his chest, he declared loudly, "I'll go!" Before the words had even finished leaving his mouth, he leapt forward and plunged straight through the curtain of water. The roar of the waterfall filled the air. Then, after a short while, everything suddenly grew quiet. Inside, the stone monkey discovered a hidden paradise. The cave beyond the waterfall was dry and bright, furnished with stone tables and chairs, stone beds, and stone stoves, as if it had been prepared long ago for habitation. Overjoyed, the stone monkey carefully examined every corner of the cave, memorizing the paths and layout, before leaping back out through the water curtain. When the other monkeys saw him return safely, they rushed forward in excitement. The stone monkey described everything he had seen, and the others listened in awe and delight. True to their earlier promise, the monkeys knelt together and cried out in unison, "We pay our respects to the great king." The stone monkey did not refuse. Thus, he became the Monkey King of Flower Fruit Mountain, honored by all as the handsome Monkey King. From that day on, the Water Curtain Cave became the home of the monkey tribe, and the handsome Monkey King truly began to bear the responsibilities of leadership. He led the monkeys into their new dwelling, reorganized their living arrangements, assigned duties for gathering fruit and guarding the mountain, and soon Flower Fruit Mountain flourished in peace and prosperity. Yet, as life grew happier and more carefree, a troubling thought slowly took root in the Monkey King's heart. One night, while all the monkeys slept soundly, the Monkey King sat alone upon his stone bed, gazing at the moon outside the cave. A sudden thought struck him. How long can all this truly last? He recalled the sight of old monkeys passing away, the silent collapse of aging beasts, and for the first time, fear crept into his heart. If one day I too grow old and die, he wondered, what will become of Flower Fruit Mountain? What will become of the Water Curtain Cave? Once this thought appeared, it could no longer be driven away. This is the first chapter of the story about Wukong. More content will be released later. If you enjoy listening to my storytelling, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any bedtime stories you'd like to hear, leave a comment below.